This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com with a daily wrestling news update. Heel by Nature obtained court documents showing that WWE is trying to move the Samantha Taver lawsuits against WWE Evolve and Matt Riddle to federal court. That has to do with sexual assault accusations with Samantha Tavel, and Matt Riddle. I said Samantha Tavers. Samantha Tavel, whose wrestling name is Candy Cartwright. Never heard of her before this. Yes, we have started. Hello, Hurricane Maverick. Two of our biggest supporters still up at 3:26 in the morning here. Thunder Rosa lost her title rematch to Serena Deb on AEW earlier tonight or yesterday, I guess you could say. And apparently I'm going to start getting some SWE Fury footage to post on the Hannibal TV. They do have a show on the CW network. Yesterday, I posted a video of Thunder Rosa against Jazz for the SWE Fury title on this channel, and I've had great feedback on this, of course. Kevin Sullivan and the Blood Hunter and Mark Henry, Teddy Long, Rodney Mack. I think Jazz is even going to be there, but Not Wrestling will be on the SWE Fury show December 12th in Gainesville, Texas, along with Tim Storm, former NWA world champion. John Moxley and Rene Young are having a kid, apparently. I guess John Moxley is starting a feud with Kenny Omega now. They're having a big match in December. I've already heard the Young Bucks say that next year is going to be Omega's year. They think he's still going to be a star in North America. So who knows if Moxley's taking time off for a kid, maybe drop it to another one of the bookers, Kenny Omega, because according to Tony Khan, Moxley, Jericho, Omega, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, I think he even said MJF have some booking pull there. So when you have wrestlers as bookers, they usually keep the titles within the booking team and might switch it out for brief periods of time, but ultimately switch it back to booking team members. PJ Black apparently fell down some stairs and had a fairly serious leg injury. I believe he posted a picture. Could be a broken leg. I'm not sure the extent. The picture I saw, he was in a hospital bed. And that guy was known as Justin Gabriel in the WWE. The Undertaker has said in an interview that some days he regrets that he has shown his personal life and let the mystique out of the Undertaker character. In NAWA News, North American Wrestling Alliance, Cindy Snow, Al Snow's ex-wife, I guess, is an operations manager there. She's going to do an interview with me Thursday at 7 p.m., Thursday at 1 p.m. in just a few hours. Amber Nova is going to return for a fourth interview with me. She's wrestling on this December 19th NAWA show, the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach. I guess Paul Roma is also involved with the company, and the promoter, Tony Capone, is going to get me in touch with Paul Roma for an interview. For all the people that have been asking about the Paul Roma interviews, that would be good. Big show. Davey Boy Smith Jr. is on the show, who wrestled on MLW tonight, maybe for the last time. From what I understand, Davey Boy Smith Jr.'s current MLW contract ends December the 19th. I don't think they're doing, or December 18th. I don't think they're doing any more tapings prior to them because they just did a block of tapings. So Meltzer reported that Davey Boy Smith's contract ends December 18th. So December 19th in Daytona Beach might be his last independent wrestling appearance before he goes to, I would guess, WWE if I were a betting man, but who knows? AEW might make him an offer he can't refuse. And by the way, thank you to Tony Capone, the NAWA owner, for sponsoring my The Hannibal TV show, which debuts on Zingo TV, channel 250 here in Canada, Friday night at 6 p.m. For international people, if you download the Zingo TV app, you can watch it live on the app. So I am looking forward to that, and that show is going to get better and better week after week. It's new. I'm happy to have it, get the practice of having a TV show. And I was, as I said, it was going to go to the highest bidder, the person that tipped me the most. Each week will get the sponsorship, while Tony Capone gave me a tip that is good enough to say that'll be the sponsorship for the TV show this week. Thank you very much. From Sunday or from Saturday until next week, people can make me offers if they wanted to sponsor next Fridays, and it could be a person as well. PCW Ultra made a post today saying it's been 10 months since their last event. They, of course, had to cancel their March event due to COVID. They don't know if they'll be back, and they probably won't know for another 4 to 6 months. So that's unfortunate to hear. I know that there's supposed to be a vaccine available to certain people in the U.S. starting either in very late November or in December. And in Canada, I saw a couple news reports today saying January they'll start to have a vaccine, but they don't think they're going to allow large gatherings of people here in Canada again until the fall. So there is a chance Great North Wrestling won't be able to come back until the fall. I'll try and get it back faster than that. I'm actually chomping at the bit to promote a Great North Wrestling match. We did do 2 Forest of Fear matches in October, which are both posted on the Hannibal TV. Here's an inside piece of news. There was supposed to be 5, but 3 of the matches backed out. And it's their choice if they want to back out because of COVID. That's their choice. I mean, the wrestlers that participated in that, I mean, I don't think the Blood Hunter has any fear at all. I don't think Blaze has any fear in this world of anything. If she's the valet of the Blood Hunter, of course, Kevin Sullivan's his manager. And either the people that the Blood Hunter wrestled were just complete idiots, which they must have been to get into the ring with him, thinking they stood a chance in his Forest of Fear. But I got to give them credit. They're brave for getting in there and trying their best with a man that's going to be appearing in the NAWA December 19th, as well as SWE Fury December 12th. He was going to appear on the UWN pay-per-view December 22nd, but I've been told by Kevin Sullivan that the UWN is not going live every week in December. Instead, as the way the plans are now, they're going to do 3 days of taping, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That will cover the rest of the month of December. So that's why you will not see Kevin Sullivan in the UWN in December. It would have happened in all likelihood if the event had still been live on December 22nd. And I'll get into the comments. That's it for the news today. Amber Nova, 1 p.m. tomorrow. Make sure you check that out. As well as Al Snow's ex-wife, who's been in the wrestling business and is working with NAWA on the operation side of it, along with Paul Roma and others. She's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. The Rick Bassman special on Power Team USA and the Ultimate Warrior is likely going to happen on Sunday now. It had to be delayed due to the Darren Young interview yesterday. For some reason, there was an issue and he had to do it later. And because Rick is involved with the United Wrestling Network as a chief executive officer there, he said, let's just do the Ultimate Warrior special another day and put Darren Young in because he was only available for that time and he has a really busy schedule. Jahoner Man 22 says congrats to Moxley and Rene. I really hope kids' freedoms aren't more restricted than they are now of people the way the world is going. Who knows what the next thing is going to be if we're able to conquer this virus. Jefferson E. White says it's just Riddle now, not Matt Riddle. According to the rumors, WWE changed his name to Riddle, so because when they search Matt Riddle, all the sexual assault allegations came up where Riddles come up. That's the rumor. I don't know hardly anything about Matt Riddle, other than Dana White really doesn't like him. He's not my style of wrestler. He's too small, and I get annoyed at bro. I really get annoyed at people that say that word a lot. I'm sorry. So I can't watch people that say it a lot. I can deal with Vince Russo on here a couple times a year. And maybe some other people that for some reason, Goldilocks, who is also part of Vince Russo's network, says bro too, but not as often as him. Hunter said he saw Cartwright wrestle, talked to her after, and she came off as strange. He didn't like her. The King of Connecticut didn't like her either. Sophie is saying hi. I like her image. It's pretty cool. Jefferson making fun of Matt Riddle. Mike Piper is here, but she is, well, you want to say hi? Mike wants to say hi to you. Now I'm waking the poor girl up. But we know that Mike loves Piper. Hurricane Maverick says Thunder Rosa can wrestle. Is EC3 going to AEW? Anything's possible. Bon Lewis says Seth Rollins. Jefferson with more comments. He doesn't think Omega has a chance of being a star in North America. There's a documentary of him online about him being bisexual. I don't know if the general public. Actually, it might help him. It might help him, to be honest. People overall are tolerant, but for instance, I interviewed Darren Young last night, who I actually like. I have no issues with him at all, and I was happy to have him on the podcast. But there was hate going on. So even though the majority of people are very tolerant to bisexual people and so forth, there is a lot of people that don't. But from my standpoint, Kenny Omega is not my style wrestler. He does a lot of comedy wrestling. It's choreographed spots. I'm just not into it. I know there's a lot of people that are. Everyone has the right to their own opinion of wrestlers. I'd rather see a Brock Lesnar wrestle if I had to watch someone of today, or a Blood Hunter. Probably my favorite wrestler today, who I think could beat any of the current wrestlers out there, and he is undefeated, actually. Bun Louise says Meltzer's Hall of Fame is a joke. I don't take really any of these wrestling Hall of Fames that seriously, to be honest. The one I took the most serious was the George Tragos Lou Thez, Hall of Fame in Iowa. But even that has some holes. There's always political stuff to do with Hall of Fames, but I certainly support that one in Iowa for sure. As you'll see me wearing one of my many Iowa Hawkeyes hats, my favorite wrestling team. H Maverick, hopefully this new wrestling promotion is the real deal. I don't know which one you're talking about, but SWE Fury that has a show on the CW network, I know that they like the hard-hitting Texas style of wrestling. And if that is true, I've only seen a couple matches, including that Jazz versus Thunder Rosa one. So I can't tell you based on what I've seen. But from talking to the promoter there and talking to Kevin Sullivan, who was at their last event, they put out a pretty good product. Teddy Long is a supporter of them too. So I hope that one has potential. The CW network, SmackDown used to be on. So they have good TV. Mike says Benoit's kid says bro 50 times in every interview. Dennis wants a Sean Waltman interview. I'm working on it. I got the big DDP one Friday at 1. Also the girl, and I'm sorry I'm forgetting her name right now, but the woman that won Bloodsport is now in UWN. She wrestled this week to a no contest. And I will report this tomorrow. I just don't have it in front of me. But I hadn't heard of her until yesterday, but I've seen her. She looks like a monster. So I'm also going to be interviewing her at some point this week. Eric loves my content. Thank you very much, Eric Wolf. Nacho Man wants a Jerry Flynn interview. Well, sponsor it. Message us at greatnorthwrestling@gmail.com and we'll track them down and do it. Bisexual. Oh my God. I'm not even going to say this. I don't care if people are or not. I've had, honestly, I worked in the strip club industry before. I know plenty of people that are bisexual. I don't hold that against them. Carlos, I did have a bro counter for my first Vince Russo shoot interview, which was I think 2 hours or more. And apparently my last interview with Vince Russo this year, which was an hour, somebody counted the bros and his bros have actually gone up because his 1 hour 2020 interview with me, according to people that counted, he said bro more times than in his 2 hour and 2.5 hour career interview with me. Maybe we're closer friends now. So maybe that's why he calls me bro more. I don't know. I didn't know him at the first one. Hurricane Maverick talked about Omega wrestling the blow-up doll. I mean, that's where he doesn't appeal to everyone because of the phony stuff. I know some people love comedy wrestling. That's not funny to me. I call that bad comedy wrestling. But he did get famous from doing that, and he also wrestled like a 4-year-old or something. I've never met him. Not my style of wrestler. Sophie says, hello, Piper. And her image was drawn by an artist named Jennifer Elder, and it's actually her. Cool. I'm a big artwork fan, and I love the fans like Jefferson E. White, and there's many of you, and I'm so forgetful. I am sorry. I did take some THC drops after my workout, so maybe that's why my memory is bad. Heartstroke says Pukemania. Ariz says DDP is a prolific talker. Yes, he is. I'm not going to have the problems I've had with some other people in the DDP interview. What about just comedy when it's not even funny? That's my problem. And by the way, the Raw on Monday did like a 0.51 rating, which was a lower rating than the previous week, with Orton against McIntyre, and supposedly, I didn't watch it. At one point, there was like 7 like talking segments in a row. According to Brian Alvarez, I heard him say that. So like at one point there was 7 segments without any wrestling. Biggest Richard Cranium is about to smoke a joint. He doesn't like the small wrestlers. I don't mind them here and there on a card. Like WCW used them well back when Kevin Sullivan was booking them and they were beating WWE. Dennis. I'm not even going to mention that doofus's name. I don't get the joke about the shovel. Hurricane Maverick, I need to run events in the U.S. We're very popular in the U.S. Like right now, the comparison of how popular we are in the U.S. to Canada is not even comparable. We're much, much more popular in the U.S. And now India is the second place where we're most popular. So we have India fans, which, by the way, one of my friends, Brody Steele, wrestled Great Khali in India in front of 70,000 fans, which is crazy. Jason says, damn, he misses 80s and 90s wrestling. It used to be a huge event, even though we all knew it was a work. Well, we all know movies are a work. My God, we all know plays are a work. We still like watching them. Maybe not plays. I fell asleep in the last play apparently about 5 times that I saw, and I was in the second row, and it was getting to the point where it was distracting the actors. But we know it doesn't matter. Like if it's done well and it's entertaining, it is supposed to be entertaining, then you can suspend your disbelief and get into it. But right now, it's very hard to suspend your disbelief, especially with some companies that just make me want to throw up. Hashtag Hornswoggle versus the ex-tag team partner of the guy that let Festus rub a donut in his face with his bare ass. I forget his name. They used to be the Major Brothers, but apparently one of them fought Hornswoggle on a recent big show, and it was absolutely brutal. I'm sick of like brutal wrestling and stupid comedy wrestling. I'm really sick of it. I don't think there's a small amount of people that like it that are already watching, but I don't think it appeals to the masses. I'm not a fan. I love this SW Fury's idea of hard-hitting Texas-style wrestling like the Von Erichs used to do. I think that they're onto something there, and I wish them good luck. So I'll see you guys with Amber Nova